Facts.
Like you said now, it's a billion-dollar industry, man, and God bless everybody that got it there, man.
Yeah. Make sure you remember B Federate Distributors here in Atlanta. You're gonna ask for either Stephen Allen or you're gonna ask for Devon Lee. One of those two, Stephen Allen or Devon Lee. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, King.
Your continued success.
Yeah,
yes,
sir.
Diamond, always, always. Once again, you listen to YMP Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Hodges. Styles, our very special guest, Mr. Biggs from the legendary group Soulsonic Force. You know what? Planet Rock. You know what I mean? So right now, we're going to take a quick break. Come back, we're going to get it in. You know what? We're going to talk about a documentary for my peoples, Yaya McClain.
Casualties of War. Women in the vision. Yeah. It's official, ladies and gentlemen. What it do? Let me give a shout out to the gift wrap Giraffe doing this thing, yo. I want my hat. Yo, Von Jizzle, I want my hat, man. Don't make me come up to Portland. Well, I'm coming to Portland anyway as soon as I can, but I want my hat, man. Yo, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank y'all for the love, support. Q Measy, Afterglow, thank you for the love and the light, man. I think this is awesome. Yo, what do y'all think, man? We just had Mr. Biggs on here. Bow wow! You know what I mean? Got his own winery. Mr. Biggs Wines. We need y'all to support that. Make sure, yo, somebody get on the horn. Get Steve Allen or get Debo on the horn and tell them to get at me. We got some wines to distribute it down here with the B-Fed Distributor connected live on Iliad with the YMP. Like I told y'all, man, international business. We do what we want to. International diggers back at it, man. I'm about to connect every dot. I feel like I work for a phone company or something. Hello, what do you need? Right here. Hello. Look at that. The International Wall Street right here live on Iliad. Y'all see it. We are real fake media. You better ask somebody if we ain't an international household, man. Just go somewhere else and ask them. Real fake media? I don't know if that's an accent for real. Nothing specific. I don't want anybody to get offended, but yeah, we everywhere. And some accents might sound like that. Also, we got Jeff. He addicted to the song right now, so I don't. Let me let y'all hear it, man. He's showering too. He's singing. He know all the words. Look, rock out with Jeff Anthem right now, yo. This is his joint right now, yo. Maybe have his moment.
Like I ain't seen, yo. I love it.
Get your digger bop on. Go ahead, get your digger bop on the Jeff's Anthem right now. This is Jeff's joint right now. I told him, Yanni, you're not going to be driving with me in the car listening to this. You're going to turn this one off now. I can almost guarantee you that by the time we hit the stop sign, this one's coming off. We're going to take this one off. We're not hitting the stop sign with this. Trust me. Trust me. Cat Wild City, USA. Yo, hope y'all rocking with us. Get it in. Yo, call in. Call in, pimp. Yo, man. Somebody call Bam, tell him to call in.
Yo, what's the number for anybody want to call in?
603-8770. Make sure you hit that 404, though.
All my peoples, if y'all want to call in and ask questions, call 404-603-8770. 404-603-8770. It's about to be popping in 2 minutes.
Church.
As soon as Jeff's song ends. Got us on the extended version.
Hey, just sexy, man.
Right. Time for a little flair, you know, a little flair.
It's official, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all see what's happening, man. The bounce back is real. Y'all better tell somebody else that don't know about somebody that told somebody else. It's official. This is happening. I know y'all couldn't hear me. This was loud, yo. Tell somebody we activated. Call us 404-603-8770. Y'all need that 800 number? Call us 888-926-7562. 888-926-7562. Get at us live on Iliad, YMP Radio, baby. iHeart Conjunction, Beasley Media Group, WWRN Radio. We exclusively doing what we want to because we said so. Future. I don't need this, man. You sitting right here. Y'all need to put these headphones on. That's the craziest. We were turning some of these down.
All right, and we're back. All right, like we said as promised, we got in the building the one and only two-time champ, documentary filmmaker, Yaya McClain.
What's up? What's up?
What it do? What it do? What it do?
Cuzzo, man, just glad to be back, man. I appreciate you, man. I love what
sir.
you're doing too.
Yes,
Congratulations on your promo too.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
Appreciate
yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man, you're about to definitely drop that. You know, let the people know what is going on, man, where it's going to be at.
All right, so before we get into the documentary,
All right.
what I want all my people in Atlanta to know, because your reach is broad.
No doubt.
You know, every Wednesday night, we do a comedy show.
Talk about it.
We do a comedy show at 617 Social Club. 617 Social Club, that's on Spring Street. 617 Spring Street, across the street from the Varsity, with free parking at the Varsity. And we do that every week because I got to have some laughter in my life
Right.
after all this drama I've been dealing with
Right.
over the last 6 years
Right.
doing this documentary. Well, I've been doing the documentary for about a year and a half now.
Right, right.
So, you know, we got to have some laughter because laughter is what keeps me looking young. You feel me?
Facts, facts,
No doubt.
facts, facts,
And, you know, yeah, so just everybody come on out. It's free to get in. It's free parking at the Varsity. 617 Comedy. It's every Wednesday night. You got to be there.
Talk about some of them comics that be there.
Man, first night, we had Ed Lover in the building.
I wish I'd have came. So I grew up
Ed
with
Lover killed him too.
Yeah.
Ed Lover, I was like, yo, I ain't know you was funny.
Yeah,
I was like, come on, yeah, I've been telling you that. I was like, I bet. We had Ed Lover. We had Don DC Curry, but he didn't perform though. But he was at the old spot where we had the last location
Oh,
for
for Butler.
617. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, at Cigarros. But we have like great comics. I mean, JJ's hilarious, and the host I got two hosts. They do 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. Comedian Damian Mr. Inappropriate and comedian Daryl Dan. And both of these dudes is top notch. Y'all gonna hear about them soon. It's only a matter of time before they blow. Like this week coming up, we got Gerald Kelly coming in as the host, as the headliner this
My
week.
man, his
Gerald
son
Kelly.
is funny, yo.
Yes, sir.
His son
Yes,
is
sir.
off the meat rack.
Gerald Kelly is hilarious and his kids are funny. They ain't gonna be on this show. It's a grown,
Yeah.
It's a grown
Some
spot.
grown folk right now.
Yes,
right
sir.
here.
But we got Gerald Kelly this week. We got Fat Man Deezy this week. He's gonna
Okay.
be featuring. And this week we got Daryl Dam hosting. I mean, we've got some great comics, man.
Big damn.
Every week it's a different crew, but you know the same host, either one or the other, Daryl Dam or Mr. Inappropriate. But you know my reach in the comedy world is deep. You know my first show that I ever promoted was in '94. I had Phase on Love, Chris Tucker,
Phase on
AJ Johnson, Rodney Winfield,
Right.
Angela, I mean, you name it. So the comedy thing with me is what I really love, you know what I mean? So I do that once a week, every week at 617 Social Club. It's the old JR Crickets, right next door to Goodfellas.
Right.
It's a cigar bar, and the other room is the entertainment hall, and that's where we do the comedy, and it goes down. Now,
Respect.
Let's talk
Respect.
about that parental alienation.
Yeah,
Creating a
man.
documentary addressing that issue. You know, so many years has gone by where it's been an issue in regards to so many in divorce, dealing with divorce, and how the children are used as pawns. And you decided you want to do something about that.
well, you know, first of all, it's not just divorce. It's in a separation, breakup,
Right,
whatever.
right,
They don't even
right.
have to be married.
Right.
But when you said I decided that I wanted to do this,
Right.
that's not really factual.
Okay.
it was decided for me.
How about that?
You know, it was something that organically had to happen. And, you know, I really feel, now that I've been going through this, I really feel that I was put on earth to get this message out. And not only to help other people, but it has also been therapy for me. Now, first, for the people that don't know, let me break it down all the way like a 6-year-old. So, the name of the documentary is called Casualties of War,
Right.
Women and the Regime. And it's about parental alienation and corruption in the family law court system in America. Now, a lot of people out there, especially the women, just hold on, don't trip. Because a lot of times they say, well, what do you mean women and the regime? And all of a sudden, I got women being mad at me before they even get the full understanding.
Right.
Let me break that down. It was a woman that did this to me and exposed me to this whole world of parental alienation. And like we all know about baby mama drama.
Exactly.
We all know about child support, but you have no idea how deep this runs and how deep the corruption in the family law court system is in America. And so it was a woman that had me going through this, and that is why it's called Women and the Regime, because 85% of the time it's the woman that does it to the man. 15% of the time it does happen to women as well, and that number is growing. However, the majority of the world knows about the women doing this to the father, and no one has ever, like you said, no one has ever spoken out about it.
Right.
No one is really, I'm not gonna say no one, there's lots of people doing things, and we need more of us to do things. And I'm a fighter. I've been a boxer all my life. I'm a 2-time world champion. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, New York. I'm a Marine, no doubt. I'm a Marine. You know what I mean? So I've been fighting all my life. But this court system, this corrupt court system, the family law court system in America is by far the hardest fight I've ever been involved in. And so, real quick, just basically, you know, I got divorced and going through the proceedings, going to court, and coming out on the short end of the stick, like, hold up, this ain't right.
Right.
Knowing I did nothing wrong,
Right.
knowing I'm a real father. I'm a father, like, I have to be in my son's life. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, why am I not being allowed to see my son like I'm supposed to?
Correct.
Why do I have to pay some stranger to watch me with my son?
Right.
So I was like, I was blown away once I started going through all this. And so, quite naturally, being a filmmaker, I decided I'm gonna write a movie about this. So I started writing a movie. But as I'm writing the movie, I'm meeting more and more people. I'm
Right.
hearing different stories. And this is the only color that is involved is green. That's it. Okay, so I'm meeting all sorts of people. Men, women, children, doctors, lawyers, judges, murderers. I mean, you name it. And so once I started meeting all these people, I was like, hold up. I can't write no movie about this, because then it would be my story, my vision, and it would lose the seriousness and the effect.
Right.
So I decided to do a documentary. That way I would have everyone's perspective.
Right.
And everything would be vetted. There would be stats. Everything would be factual, and everything can be checked out. You know, so there's no this is Yaya's opinion. This is what Yaya sees. Nah. I'm giving it to you raw. There's people in the documentary that are no longer with us because the suicide rate is increasing. The murder rate, due to various different reasons in this whole
It's practice.
this whole family law court thing, man, it really is tearing families apart. And this is something that was put in place to help children. Everything is supposed to be for the best interest of the kid.
Right.
But yet everyone involved is being affected.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to get to. Talk about the impact that you found in doing the documentary is having on people.
So, doing the documentary, I've encountered all sorts of people, from children that are currently going through this. I was able to interview some, talk to them, hear them, see their real tears, see the pain that they go through, and how they're being affected. I spoke to one guy who killed a couple people, or killed one person at least for sure. I'm not sure exactly how many. I don't want to bring up no new charges, but he swears that if his father would have been in his life, he would not have made those choices. Now, I know a lot of people say that there's lots of fathers in people's lives and they still go out and kill people.
Hitler for one, but go ahead.
Right, that's true. But you can't argue with stats.
No doubt.
90% of youths in prison were raised by single moms.
Right.
85% of rapists were raised by single moms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this stuff, man, and the documentary is so real, man, because right now, again, you're just hearing what I'm saying.
And just on that note, let's see what this caller got to say. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from and what's your question? Caller?
Hello?
Yeah.
Tell the people who you are, caller.
Yeah, tell them about it.
Sound familiar. The voice sound a little familiar. Let's be sure, though. Peace. Respect. My cousin, Christopher Fields, a.k.a. Bam, calling all the way from Brooklyn. How you doing, cuzzo? Respect.
So what did you say, bro? I didn't hear what you said. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I can hear it in your voice.
So, Bam, while you here right now, just on a 100, kind of explain your situation and some of the procedures you're going through right now, or that you've taken to kind of counteract what you're being subjected to. Tell the people what you're doing right now.
Without exposing your hand in case
Right,
the other
right.
half is listening.
Right. Facts. Facts.
Do your research. Read the Constitution. And yeah, nah. And you gotta really get educated on the matters, because you can spend a lot of money with attorneys and get nothing out of it.
Yeah, because they're part of the same.
You spend a lot of money. They're all in the same, like you said, they're all the same family.
Right. Let me say something in conjunction. Listen, man.
But hold on, real quick.
Right.
For everybody that's listening, that's going through this, or that wants to learn about this, I want y'all to go to eventbrite.com/casualties of war and purchase your tickets, because the premiere is going to be here in Atlanta, September the 14th.
Yeah.
So September the 14th here in Atlanta. Now,
right?
Yeah. Go to eventbrite.com/casualties of war and purchase your tickets. Now, if you are in DC, or DC is a little closer, there's the Million Parent March on September the 18th in DC. So the documentary will premiere in DC at 7:30 at the Landmark Theater on East Street. the Landmark Theater on East Street in Washington, D.C. That Eventbrite will be up on this Monday. But for right now, you just know is at the Landmark Theater on East Street in D.C. on the 18th. All right, go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, it's all good. You don't have to say my bad. We're family. So check it out, people out there. As Yaya has explained, and as you're hearing Chris explain to you, in real time, real life, and most people at this point, if you're live on Illy Ave and you're dealing with YMP, you definitely know my position on that, my story on that. I think right now, we need to cut the shenanigans, man. Just as people, period. You know what I mean? That's preparing to become parents, that's playing a role as parents, just the community itself, man. We need to knock it off. If you have friends that you know that's doing this type of thing as mothers to fathers and things, you shouldn't support that, man. You should not allow for your family to be destroyed like this. Not your community family, not your world family, definitely not your biological structure. You know what I mean? This is a very parasitical practice. Nobody wins. All the children come out dysfunctional. I'm going to tell you, period. So it's like, you got to have the courage at some point to call BS to BS. You know what I mean? You gotta respect how you're really practicing yourself, man. We are in a war. You know what I mean?
Hence
like,
the name.
we are in a real war. In addition to this, but I'm just saying, we're dying fast, real fast. And I don't know what you're paying attention to, but they're working on something real swift, real fast. And we're all going to be subjected to it. We cannot be distracted
No doubt.
playing this game no more, man.
That's
Well,
why-
the bottom line is we can't.
real quick, that's what I want to talk about, that impact. The impact it's having on the kids now. You know, again, share some of those insights.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not just the kids. I mean, the kids are.
No, I mean, we know that the parents, we know that, but
Right.
it's
Well,
different
okay,
sector,
so-
everybody's addressed different.
So I got a buddy in California, white guy, Michael Lasman,
Michael, what's up, Mike? I remember Mike.
and his daughter committed suicide.
Wow.
And they made a documentary about it. And it was on Netflix. And they told a completely wrong story. But the bottom line is children are committing suicide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, they're murdering people, dropping out of high school, teenage pregnancy, catching all types of diseases because they're searching for a father to take their place or searching for a mother. So, I mean, there's no real teaching going on. And everyone gets so caught up in the money that they lose sight
Right.
of what's really important. And what's really important is these children.
Exactly.
But I must say, the children are extremely important. But at the same time, the families, the grandmothers, everybody's getting affected by this.
Oh, yeah.
And whether society, so a regular person that's not really going through this, he may feel like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. It absolutely does.
But-
because guess who broke into the house that you live next door to? Somebody that may have been going through this.
But let's put the right lens on it. And this is something that I've kind of been addressing on the avenue as of late. Family's not really playing family correctly right now. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of disconnect, period. And I think the way that we want to associate ourselves to certain situations based off of how it may make us feel in a gratifying moment or may give us the one-up or whatnot, like the whole structure, the concept is greatly disturbed, man. We're practicing life illiterally, you dig? And we're acting as if we're highly skilled at what we're doing, and we know that we know what we're doing. Like,
But Dick, listen, all what you're saying is facts.
Right.
Absolutely. But however, the system is influencing
the
this
system
kind
is
of
still
behavior.
is still ran by the concept of the people. So what I'm saying is, it's a culture, it's a concept of information that's been distributed or disseminated amongst people, and it's a way that it's done. We're dealing with a science that is kind of like, it's almost out of our reach right now
But
because
guess what's in our reach? This caller. Let's see what this caller's question is. What they got to say. Caller, what's your name and what's your question?
It's Frankie Lynn with Return to Services of Ohio. I had to call in. I wasn't going to call in.
Talk about it, Frankie.
What's going on?
I just wanted to say, like, for strong brothers, strong fathers, and I want to speak for the women, though. And I do think it is a lot of system going on in the system, and I think a lot of people are practicing loosely and not, you know, with a sound mind, balanced mind, or whatever, maturity, all of that. So let's not forget that there has been a lot of men that are not really participating in the kids' life, and I know that he documents that in the documentary. But unfortunately, just think of how many people have had to use the system because the men were not stepping up.
right.
Nah, but see, that's where. But listen.
I'm talking about for the brothers that really are not really participating.
Okay, but listen.
You know,
I hear that, right? I hear that all the time. I guarantee you this: when they were together, if that brother is not stepping up now, I guarantee he wasn't bringing nothing to the table when they was together. So however she was taking, but listen, however she was taking care of that child before, she should continue to take care of that child instead of giving that money to the system. I mean, community, that's where the community has to get back together. That's where we got to hold that dude accountable.
But
we got to
again,
take care of that brother. Running to the system is not the answer. I don't care what's going on.
This is where the concept of debate transform into argument can often take place. What I'm saying is the concept of community, we don't share a parallel definition nor practice. So therefore the concept of community is now owned by foreigners, and we don't even have access to just good corner store equipments and things of that nature, let alone they got condoms that they sell there that's already pre-poked. You dig what I'm saying? Like, these are things that's going on. We're dealing with scientists, and we're overlooking certain components because we want to be emotional. I'm telling you from experience. I ate it, yo. And the only way I was able to resolve it, I had to slow down. I was mad. I wanted to fight. I wanted to evaporate life off the planet.
But listen, what you're talking about, Frankie, is something completely, it's not completely different, it's a part of it. But what I want us to look at is what happens when we allow the system to come in and take care of our lives. Because if the brother ain't doing nothing, what is bringing the system into it and having him go to jail?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Hold up. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Your mother and your father signed you away at birth. It's called a birth certificate. The way that you're programmed into the system gives them jurisdiction over you until that is corrected. So you are a ward of the state. And if your parents act illiterate on any cadence, then the state is going to come in and take their property. You're considered a piece of property. So until you acknowledge who you are.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Exactly. And on that note, we're going to have to take it out of here, people. Hey, yo, Yaya, man, listen, tell them again where they can definitely get at you for that documentary dropping.
Just go to my page on Facebook, YAHYA McLean, Yaya McLean. But if you wanted to go here in Atlanta, go to eventbrite.com/casualties of war. And in DC, it's going to be at the Landmark Theater on East Street, September 18th.
Indeed. So that's September
and of course,
14th in Atlanta.
The website is casualtiesofwar.us.
There it is, right there. So yeah, you listening to YP Radio. That's our very special guest, documentary filmmaker Yaya McLean. Y'all heard it. Y'all make sure y'all come out and support that. As always, it's been a pleasure and honor to have you. Continue success, and we're looking forward to coming out on that night, man.
No doubt. I appreciate it. Hey, and for y'all in Atlanta, before y'all go watch the doc, Come out to 617 next week and have some laughs.
There it is.
617.
There it is.
All right.
Yo, thank y'all for joining in,
Jokes
man.
and smokes, y'all. Jokes
Next
and smokes.
Friday, same time,
Yeah.
same channel, YMP.
And how we gonna do it then? It's bigger than hip hop.
Bigger than hip hop. Oh yeah, we got special guests coming in too. Bigger than hip hop. Please tune in next Friday. Bigger than hip hop. It's official. West Coast artists, Aborigine artists from Australia, youth dances and stuff. Oh man, it's official. Man, we out of here. Yo, Rick, pack the bags, man. We gotta go. Hey, y'all stay with me though on the avenue. We out of here. YMP.
Space family. Booyah.
Y'all crazy.
Stay with us. Stay with us. See what's happening.